I will die trying. If it takes forever, I will die trying.
Well, we all met in about 2008 in Toronto, Canadian Music Week. The guys were out. Actually, Johnny, Greg, and Jeffy were playing some shows. Me and Kale met up with those guys and had some beers one night, and sort of hit it off and struck up a friendship. And they were going through some stuff with the other members of the band. Literally called us the next day, and they said, "Hey, you guys want to come on this tour we got in a couple weeks with Disturbed?" We said yes, and we went out on the road together, and we all hit it off, and that was it. So we've been a band ever since. Yeah.
Cool. You ever worked with Protest the Hero, being from Toronto?
Yeah, a little bit here and there. Yeah, cross paths. Yeah.
I've been friends with those guys since they first started. Just had to ask. Timba, he's a good kid. All right, so talk to me for a minute about the importance of the relationship between you and your sound guy.
It's really important. You got to trust your sound guy for sure. If you don't, you're wondering what's going on up front, and it can affect your show. So we have a guy named John Sustar. He's killing it every day, and we really like him, and he does a great job. We get to listen back to the shows every night, and so we know what's going on, and we're really happy with it. But yeah, you just got to trust them and let them do their thing, and they got your back. If you're having a rough day, we know he's going to try to cover up a mistake here and there if one of us is sick or whatever. But yeah, you got to trust them for sure, and we do.
Yeah. No, I agree. I know it's an important relationship. How about the difference between the relationship with your sound guy live and in the studio?
Well, that's a totally different story. In the studio, we're working with an engineer and a producer, and then it's the same thing that we just trust them to get the best tones possible. And I usually just say, "What do you want to use on this one?" They're like, "Oh, let's use this amp, this pedal." "Oh, that sounds good. All right."
So you let the engineer do most of the work and picking out your sound?
Yeah, we have an idea of what we want, but they've got the ears to show us what we want, so we trust that they're going to get it done, and they always have. So yeah.
How do you pick a sound guy for both live and when you guys get ready to go in the studio? How do you pick those?
Well, it's two totally different things. Again, John's been our sound guy all year now, so he's our guy. He's with us live. We made the record with Howard Benson in LA and Mike Plotnikoff, engineer out there. So that was last year, and we did that, and it was great. When we do the next record, we'll look at it again and say, okay, who are we going to use now, and we'll see.
How's it working with Howard Benson? I've heard that he tries to push your sound more towards his liking more than your liking. What was your experience?
You know what? He's a brilliant musician and producer. So we trust his opinions as well. But the cool thing was that he really likes our opinions too. A lot of the time, he would just sort of let us run with it. If we're onto something, whether vocally or instrument-wise, and it's sounding good, he just sort of steps back and lets us do our thing too. And when it's time to step in, and he's got an idea, he'll get in there. But it was a good sort of system that way, so no one steps on each other's toes, and he really let us, say what we wanted to say as well.
So how did you guys get picked up on the Uproar tour?
Our manager's good friends with the guys that run the tour, and it was just like, it was a phone call. It was just like, hey, get these guys on it. They're like, sure, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how it went.
So when you recorded, obviously being from Toronto, you go out to LA, and what was the atmosphere like for you guys out there? Because you're not in the comfort of your own home every night doing what you want. How does that affect when you guys record?
It didn't really affect it. We were just all excited to be down there, right? Of course, being from Canada, you go down there in September, October, November, we were there, so we were stoked to be down in the warm weather, and they put us up, we had a couple condos and with a hot tub and a gym and everything, and it's just, we were happy as hell to be down there doing it in LA, so it didn't really affect that. We were more stoked that it was just, a different place, different vibe, checking out the city, and it was really cool. Yeah.
So if you were talking to people that want to become audio engineers, I know you're on the musician side, what do you think is a quality that they should definitely work on in order to become a great engineer?
Well, I guess obviously you got to know your stuff. You got to know your 2K from your 5K and all that crap, which I don't know, but the other biggest thing is to just be likable, and you got to get along with everybody, and you got to represent your band, and you got to be able to walk into a production office and get stuff done and just be a team player. And that's what John's been doing for us, so he's representing us really well, and that's huge for us.
Awesome.
Hey, this is Tavis from Art of Dying. You're listening to Brian on KPTW.
die trying.